Howdy. Hello again. It is Friday. So I met up with my nomad brother, Van Camp and Woody. And then now I'm at the Florida Caverns State Park. And I just paid the $4, so I have a receipt for this state park. The other state park I was at earlier didn't give me one. So we're trying to find the visitor center sign. Hopefully it's open. She says it might be, it might not be, because they have got school buses out here. I'm supposed to just figure this out, I guess. But it is beautiful out here. Look at all those trees. They're all like just sticks. They look like sticks. But of course, this isn't just the park. This is just the entrance to the park. And let me tell you, this place is another like 17 miles away from the interstate. This is like a long ways off. I mean, I'm not saying that's bad, but you know. So let's find the visitor center. Well, I guess I found the visitor center. And the cave tours. Cave tours are a separate price. So I guess we'll park. All right, we're parked. Let's go to it. So before we go in, there's a walkway over there, and then this is the visitor center right here. All right, here we go. It's the only dry durable one. You will officially be on my YouTube page. Hi, Kat.
Hello. Thank you.
When were these doors built? When were these doors built?
Sometime.
Now my eyes can't get adjusted.
So, like I said up above, our caves are entirely made of limestone, and the best way I can describe limestone is compressed sea mud. A long, long time ago, Florida was underwater. Whenever it was underwater, creatures like sharks, other fish lived in it, and whenever they died, their dead bodies would settle to the seafloor along with sand, coral, seashells, things like that. And because of the pressure of the water, it compressed all of those things together, creating layers of limestone over time, and that's what we see all around us. That's why there's a couple of fossils in here, but there's not too many in this room that we can see. We'll be able to see a lot later. But water is the main architect of our caves. It created the limestone, and it also created the caves themselves. So whenever Florida was underwater, sometimes the water would form a current and slowly erode at the limestone. And whenever the water went down and the Florida that we know emerged, a river actually ran through here, parting about 90% of the paths that we're going to take today. One part that we're not going to go into. Right here is our basement. It's not usually flooded like this. We've just been getting a lot of rain recently. So sometimes this is dry. But the reason why we call it our basement is because its lowest point on our tour that we see, it's about 50 to 60 feet below surface level. CCC saw formation that they thought reminded them of a wedding cake. Does anyone know where it is? It's right behind me. Yep.
That was a trick question. I was like, let me look around.
Here's our tasty wedding cake, and we actually have a pipe organ right here. Can you guess what kind of music plays? hard rock.
Ha ha ha.
But we actually have weddings in here about 2 to 3 times a year. There's a couple good things about getting married in our caves. The first one, we can only fit about 10 people in here. So if you have that one relative you really don't want to invite, you got a good reason not to.
What is that thing?
Make sure you watch your head over there. But this room is called the South America room, and it's because of the South America room swimming pool right up there. Whenever you guys go up there, you'll notice that it's in the shape of the continent South America, giving it its name. But room swimming pools are formed when a pool of water sits still long enough that the edge of it will evaporate and leave those minerals behind. And over time, it'll build up that wall, making the room swimming pool deeper and deeper. And this one is pretty cool because there's not a whole lot of dripping up there. So most of its water comes from down below, so there's not a whole lot disturbing it. So it kind of looks like a sheet of glass or a mirror. Are there any questions?
No.
All right, so you guys can go on up there. Watch your step for my pet rhino. Make sure you watch your head and your step as you go up there. I just didn't smooth it out completely, like these were formations. But I'm not entirely sure how they did it, but that's my guess. But this trail right here on the floor is caused by carbonic acid. And what happens is whenever it rains, sometimes it'll go through dead plants and animals, picking up the carbon dioxide in their bodies. And it'll create the solution of carbonic acid, and once it drips down onto our cave floor, it'll slowly eat away at it with its carbonic acid. Does anyone know anything you might drink that has carbonic acid in it? So this room is called the sewing room, and that's because right over there we have our seams on this wall. Right over here we have our needles, and right over here we have our threads. And this is actually tree roots from up above. We're about 35 feet below a big old tree, and this is the shallowest
Holy
part
crap.
besides our entrances and
Really?
exits that will be on our tour today. Are there any questions? Okay, so there's a lot of puddles in this room. Make sure you watch your step. Formations on the ceiling as well. The third name is given by the tourists that like to come through here. They call it the Christmas tree. I'm sorry, the Christmas room, because we have our Christmas tree. And we have Whoville up top, and down below is the Grinch's den. And I know in the original story, he lived on a mountain away from Whoville, but the rent just got too high there, so he had to move down here.